already exceeded where the current car is. We've got the Z51 now to a level where we're in new territory for the car. We're positioned to rock the world with this one.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Brink of Speed. Today I am going to talk to you about a subject that hasn't really been talked about too much on YouTube. And yes, it does have C8 in the title, but this is a little bit different C8 than just the C8 Stingray. This is going to be a video about the C8 Zora. Now, how much do we really know about the C8 Zora? All of the C8 speculation for the last year and a half has come mostly true. There are quite a few journalists out there that have a pretty decent idea of what the C8 Zora is going to look like as far as performance goes. What I am looking to uncover today is, will the C8 Zora really truly be able to compete with the modern supercars at the time that it comes out? We could also say, is GM a little too late in making a car like the C8 Zora? Now, before we get into this video, I would like it if each and every one of you is on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter to go ahead and click over to one of those or all of those social media accounts and go ahead and give Brink of Speed a follow. I'd hugely appreciate that. Now back to the C8 Zora. First of all, I want to show you right now what the hypercars look like today that have the hybrid system in them like the Zora is going to have. If we take a look, we're looking at the Ferrari, Porsche 918, and McLaren P1. Now, I know Ferrari has just come out with the new SF90, which is their new hybrid system car, but I'm going to use these three cars as my platform for hybrid hypercars, because this is what it seems to me that Chevrolet is going for with their new C8 hybrid Zora. Now, as I said, we don't know much about this. This is speculation. And as my friend Justin would say, you should basically take all of this with a grain of salt. However, odds are pretty good that most of this information that we're finding out right now about the C8 Zora will probably come true. And one of those pieces of information is that this car is going to be a twin-turbo V8 with hybrid technology. It will have all-wheel drive, and it will produce around 1,000 horsepower with the combined V8 engine and electric motors. Those are the stats that we know right now that I would be willing to bet are going to come true. Now, there are also rumors that this car is going to have active Aero everywhere. Now, I do want to give some people a shout out right now. So the Saudi Corvette Club and the UAE Corvette Club are two of the biggest clubs over in the Gulf. And they reached out to me with this information, which I had seen this video multiple times, put it in some of my videos, and never noticed this. But check out this video. As you see here, when they're doing the wind tunnel test on the new C8, look at what you see the rear spoiler looking like. That right there is an active Aero rear spoiler. And if you look at the thumbnail, which by the way, I gotta give BuzzArt a huge shout out for the thumbnail that I was able to use from them today. They are the one that made this Zora thumbnail with the active Aero spoiler on the rear. It looks exactly the same. And so that right there is proof that GM is testing Active Aero on the C8. Now, they're also supposedly testing Active Aero on the side skirts, Active Aero on the rear diffuser, and Active Aero on the front splitter, which if they did all this to the C8 ZR1 and Zora, or even if they only did it to the Zora, that would be huge. That is going to make this car handle so phenomenally well. We also know that because it's going to be a hybrid, that the batteries and the separate motors that are going to be up front are going to make this car weigh in a lot heavier than the normal base model C8 or Z06 or ZR1. So it's going to need a lot more help around the track to be able to get the fast times that people are guessing it's going to be able to do at the Nürburgring and at all the tracks over here in the United States. Because of that Active Aero, it should be able to do pretty well. But moving on, this is all impressive stuff right now in 2019. But as you know, this car probably won't be out till 2023 or 2024. It could be even later than that though. So keeping that in mind, what do you think the top performing hypercars, and let's say hybrid hypercars, by 2023 or 2024 are going to look like performance-wise? Are they going to be over 1,000 horsepower? Are they going to be right at 1,000 horsepower? How much are they going to weigh? Are they going to have the technology by then to lighten the cars up big time? Is GM going to actively be seeking out information about that technology so that by the time they come out with the Zora, their Zora will match up with the technology, obviously, that's in these other hypercars? So these are all questions that we're going to have. And again, the main one is GM too late making this car? Well, my answer to that is I don't think they're too late. I think GM has done an excellent job coming out with the C8, and they've proven already that they weren't too late coming out with a mid-engine Corvette. Because look at what this car is doing. By the way, if you check out the video in the top right corner right now, and I'm going to show you a thumbnail of the video where it talks about the C8 being the new supercar king, I actually predicted the quarter mile time, and this was over 3 weeks ago that I predicted the quarter mile time being 11.3. And look at what the quarter mile time came out to be, 11.3 seconds. So with that in mind, and also the 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds, with this car only producing 495 horsepower, it's already competing with $300,000-$400,000 supercars out there. So with that in mind, going back to the hybrid hypercar C8 Zora, I'm certain that GM is going to get this car right. And I'm certain that when it comes out, it will compete with whatever Porsche throws at it, whatever Lamborghini throws at it, McLaren, Ferrari, any of the top brands out there that are going to produce better hypercars than they already currently have that are hybrid technology cars. I believe GM is going to compete with them easily in performance, in looks, and then we all know that price-wise, those other manufacturers are in for a beatdown when it comes to the price. Now, speaking of price, the Zora will probably start around $175,000 and push $220,000 to $230,000 by the time you're done really speccing that car out. So that kind of makes me laugh though, to think of 1,000 horsepower hybrid hypercar only costing $230,000, maybe $250,000 at the most. And you get all of that performance, all of those looks. By then the technology for the inside of that car is going to be incredible and outstanding. And you're going to have to pay over $1 million for any of these other manufactured hybrid hypercars. So not only will the C8 Zora compete in performance and looks, it will destroy its competition in price and value. So that's it, everyone. That's all I wanted to talk about today. I haven't seen a dedicated Zora video out there yet, and I wanted to make it. I wanted to get this information to you. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave me a comment below letting me know what you think about my speculation on pricing and then everyone else's speculation on performance and what this car is going to have. Also, give me a big thumbs up if you like the video. If you have not joined the Brink of Speed community, make sure you smash that red subscribe and bell notification so that you're notified when my new content comes out. Guys, I'm going to be giving you every bit of information I can get on the Z06, Z01, and Zora. So I hope each and every one of you have a wonderful rest of your week, and I will see you out on the road.